Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new comedy Cocaine Bear. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand drawn, and I like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This movie stars Carrie Russell, Alden Ehrenreich, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Isaiah Whitlock, Brooklyn Prince, Christian Convery, Margot Martindale, Jesse Tyler Ferguson, and Ray Liotta in his final film. It's directed by Elizabeth Banks, making this her third directed feature after Pitch Perfect 3 and the Charlie's Angels reboot from 2019. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out at your local movie theater. Now, this trailer got me extremely hyped since I saw it, and it just seemed like such an interesting concept. I'm saying to myself, this could be a real winner. So, this was actually highly anticipated by me, and my excitement went up a level when I found out Elizabeth Banks was directing this. She's one of my favorite actresses because she has a talent for doing comedy, drama, and directing. My theater was close to 80% full on a Thursday night early show, and there was this energy in the air. I could sense everyone here was looking forward to this, but I have to be upfront and let you know this was a bit of a letdown. There were a few chuckles here and there, but the majority of the audience was actually silent, and I would say everyone told me their rating for this indirectly through their silence. Plot-wise, it's very straightforward, and the title really says it all. A drug dealer is unloading his airplane full of drugs. Everything is in these duffel bags, and he's just throwing everything out with no rhyme or reason. But actually, all of it is synchronized to land at specific locations for a reason. After he's done, the guy accidentally injures himself when parachuting out of the plane, and therefore the cocaine in his backpack never makes it to its final destination. So Ray Liotta's character and his drug smuggler friends try to retrieve what they can. Unbeknownst to everyone, a bear living in the forest has stumbled upon it, teared it open, and has become addicted to it and is on a rage-filled rampage while high. Obviously, this movie takes tons of free license to go insane, and everything is amped up for entertainment purposes. Just the bear ingesting cocaine and dying is what really happened. So this movie has several issues that prevents it from being a good movie. I will say it's not a horrible film, and maybe my expectations were too high after seeing the trailer, and what I expected I just didn't get. Now, the biggest issue is the title of the film. For a movie with the name Bear in it, the bear is actually hardly in it. It isn't called Cocaine Bear and Human Friends in the Forest. It's a female bear, by the way, and she really is the guest star making small cameos in her own film. If you have that name in the title, then deliver on it. The bear is sprinkled throughout the movie, but just sparingly used when needed, and I felt we just never got enough. When she does show up, it's just to do one thing. All of the scenes are pretty much used in the trailer, and like the trailer, it's very brief. It comes to tear havoc and quickly disappears. You've pretty much seen everything, and it would have been nice to see what the bear was up to before or after it created complete chaos, but that doesn't get explored in this film, and I felt it would have made it more intriguing. Like, what does the bear do on its day off or in between breaks? Is it sitting in the bushes taking a nice dump? Is it at the local bear Starbucks having a vanilla latte for $9? With his other bear friends? But we'll just never know. Okay? Okay. I will say that I feel the film knows its tone very well and knows what it's aiming for and delivers on that aspect, which are all the parts that have nothing to do with the bear. It's the comedy element and absurdity of it all. It truly embraces that. I think it tries to give as much of that as possible, but it just isn't enough. It also takes a while before the movie gets rolling, and when it finally gets rolling when the bear arrives, it just never goes at a fast, kinetic pace and kind of just slogs along. It really felt like a chore to get through. My next con is the pacing. It just slogs along. There are several storylines here, all involving the human characters. Unfortunately, it never gave enough reason for the audience to be invested in their storylines. I had zero interest in all of them. There was never a sense of urgency in what they were doing, and every time the camera focuses back on the human characters, I wish it would just go back to the bear. It's almost like everyone had a storyline but the bear. You have Carrie Russell looking for her daughter, the drug smuggler, teen misfits, the drug lord, the park ranger drooling over her crush, who was wearing this horrible 99-cent wig, by the way, and the cops. I mean, that is a lot of individual plots to have to tackle in a film, and honestly, it didn't need so many characters. It's not an SNL sketch where you say, let me jam as many colorful characters with a pouty mouth as I can to boost the comedy. It felt like a Transformers film where they kept focusing on the humans and not the showstopper people came to see. Now, my last con is the special effects. It is pretty bad here. Even times when the bear is standing still, it just looks bad. You can just tell it's nothing physical that you can touch. From the very opening scene when the bear first appears, it just looks very jittery, choppy, and pixelated. I was actually surprised because one film critic said the CGI was beyond amazing, and I actually had the complete opposite thought. Now, I don't have many pros for the film, but I will say that I liked the cast a lot. I thought it was an interesting bunch of colorful characters, and I think they were trying their best. They aren't given the most to do, and this is clearly not a film specifically made to win Oscars, so they embraced the zany premise and infused it with a lot of comedy. I did like the humor, and I thought that was one of the redeeming qualities, and I also thought the two kids had very good delivery in their comedic lines, and it's probably seeing such young kids say such spicy things that made it humorous. I also like the musical score for the first 15 minutes because this takes place in the 1980s and it has this track playing when it focuses on Kerry Russell's character, and you immediately feel like you're transported back to the 1980s. It has the perfect light, airy sound of that new romantic scene popular in the 80s, where several British bands emerged in that era, and I loved it. It was Breakfast Club esque. I could have that score on repeat. I just want to buy the soundtrack just for that. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. This is not a horrible movie, and you may enjoy it for its adult humor, but that is really all it has to offer. This was a complete misfire for me. It's really average at best, with some spurts of interesting humor here and there, and that is about it. Do I need to get it on physical media and watch it again? No. Do I need to get a digital copy of it when it's on sale? No. With such an interesting premise, and given there aren't really a lot of movies where a bear is the main character, it would have been nice if it actually delivered on the title. And I actually walked out angry. This was just a complete waste of a good concept. This was really like going to Kentucky Fried Chicken, and when you reach the register, the cashier says they're sold out of fried chicken. Or going to a pizzeria where they're sold out of pizza. Like, then why are you even open? Like, what is the point of existing? Okay. Okay. I would say only watch this at your local theater if it's limited on movie options, and this is the only thing you haven't seen. Now, I hope you enjoyed this review. Also, if you like, please subscribe, helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share this with your friends. Thanks so much for checking out my review, and leave your comments below on whether you like the film or not. And if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. Thanks again, and I hope the pictures put a smile on your face.